segment of the flash. Well, we have our guest already in the studio. Razaq Ayinla is joining us this morning again. He's the editor of Business Day newspaper. Razaq, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I've always considered you, businessman, an economic person.
Definitely. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Given our listeners, it's that to be here this morning.
All right, so we'll start on this note. There's a story coming from the Vanguard. Tinubu Nigeria's delegation to 2024 Commonwealth Summit, Samoa. President Bola Tinubu has tasked the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, with leading Nigeria's delegation to the 2024. The directive was announced by Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Mrs. Stanley Nkwocha, in a statement this Sunday. Okay, that's a delegation of heads of government. Why is the President sending, the Vice President to go with other delegates?
Two of them became presidents. They were elected on joint tickets. Therefore, in presidency, whether vice or president himself, they are seen as one. So it's vice. And of course, if one thing that this man is getting rightly is that person who has been so wonderful in terms of using and getting functions and role for delegating functions and role to the vice president, allowing it, although when Baba was the governor of Lagos State, he was guilty of that because governors tend to use their deputy as spare tires. When he was in Lagos, he did the same thing for Mama Bokuno Akerele, and of course that caused a lot of issue. And at the end of the day, Mama was dropped for Femi Pedro. So he was guilty of that when he was the governor of Lagos. But I think he has learned from that and trying to play the game according to the rules as spare tires, not even giving them any role to play at all, rather than collecting what we know as their salary and their movement every month. If we are in this state, when a particular governor tried to disconnect the light that supplied the deputy governor's house. So what we are saying in essence is that if we have to commend anybody, we need to commend Mr. Tinubu or President Tinubu for doing this, because most of the time you don't allow your deputy to outshine you. But in the case of Tinubu, he has been using and delegating functions to his vice, so leading people to that place, and at the same time, he's the head of the economy. So he's the head of the economic council.
Anyway, so you wouldn't want people to start saying that
somebody will have gone. Even so, if you don't your deputy role. Chairman, there, I think he is expecting to also attract some investment to the country and discuss some of the bilateral and multilateral issues that involve Nigeria and some other countries.
I will also hope that the number of delegates that will be going will not be so much.
I don't want to comment on that because profligacy has been part and parcel of government, and of course Tinubu has not changed that, because if you want us to do to embrace austerity measure, that country is not going fine, and what will happen to Sheyi moving around. So I don't want to comment on that on the issue of profligacy and extravagance in governance. But what he has done that is good is that he's trying to use trying to delegate functions and role so that one will function even if he's not around or if he's not available. So what that tells you is that if Mr. President is not available, things will not be static. We have a deputy that will carry on, that will do the right thing at the right time.
I was just wondering if Bolaji has been on the delegation list. She has said that this is too.
Yes,
this is too.
You cannot rule that of Tinubu government, because we have a lot of people that will be hang-ons. Hang-ons will follow him, and of course, this is it's taking toll on our finances, on our resources. So that's why I said I don't want to comment on that, because this government, I said they want to convince me tomorrow is also extravagant, because the way they are doing things now, it shows that they don't follow.
Like 50 people
They don't.
follow
We
vice
don't.
presidents.
And we don't like that. That's not good.
Okay,
That's not good.
we're still there. Now let's look at a particular guy now who is catching the attention of
To my point, Rebecca.
the program on the flight. We are on the discussion segment this morning, and I was about mentioning the Ekiti state governor's appeal, at the presidency. President Bola Tinubu commended Oyebanji's leadership style in Ekiti. The Nigerian Tribune reported vast story. President Bola Tinubu has commended Ekiti State Governor Mr. Oyebanji for his statesman-like approach to governance, urging him to continue with his leadership style. The president also promised to support him in making greater positive impact on the people of Ekiti State. I want to believe it is something that has really caught the fancy of the people.
Not even the president that's caught the fancy of almost everybody who knows what he's doing over there. Number one is a governor who cannot take away that from him. This is a governor who is trying, even during their party, within their party, we have some people who we went to the first executive governor, which is Niji Adebayo. He sees him as his father. We went to Fayose. He seems as his father. That's why the father annoyed all of them. They kind of defy me. He went. So the guy is very humble. Don't forget, last 2 months he went to trace his schoolmate. And he ate in his parlor. So this is telling you that it's very rare that you see a governor looking for his classmate who is living in a ramshackle house, and he went there straight eating in his parlor. That's one. For Ekiti, he's like caution, and he's trying to do everything nobody possible to Ekiti is feeding us. And I can tell you today that price of commodities, price of agri-produce in Ekiti is far below what you see all over, even southwest. So real price of agri-produce is far below what you see all over, even southwest. So Ekiti, real feeding them of foodstuff illegally or indiscriminately. He even called the produce that is sold in the market. They did that. So you can continue to be naming and counting what he's been doing. And this is the man who is, and I've seen him. So if you know him, you know he's very selfless and he's very humble. He's trying to unite everybody. Whether he's even telling them that he will treat the same, because that's the fact that we have more concentration of Christians in Ekiti. He's trying to get the Muslim minority on board. The secretary of the government, it's a Muslim, Abiba, Dr. Abiba. So he's trying to bring everybody on board so that everybody is included in his government. So I also commend him, not only Mr. President. So I also commend him because the man is doing what he's supposed to do as Omoluabi. And of course, what catches my attention is that Aikosho is sustaining the Okun Dairy Farm, which was established by his predecessor. A large number of governors will abandon that and do other things. So he's sustaining that. And do you know how much money they are getting from Okun Dairy Farm? Because all these meat producers will go and take the raw make and take it back to Lagos to produce what we are consuming, what me, you, everybody's consuming. So we need to commend the man. That is Omoluabi par excellence, and we need to commend him.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We hope that other governors will emulate. The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, at the weekend acknowledged the current challenges in the country, but assured Nigerians that President Bola Tinubu's government will leave behind a lasting legacy that will guarantee a better future. Senator Akpabio, a law graduate, the remark at the Unical 87 Law Class Reunion 2024.
Yeah, that Gavio is a lawyer, one of the barrister. It was a of fact, he graduated in 1997 in Unical and with LLB, but he did not complete what he's supposed to do as in going to law school to be called as a barrister. So, but let's look at what he said. What he said, do we have parameters to gauge that? Did he roll out what it takes to measure the performance of Mr. President? No. I think we need to tell our politicians that whenever you want to talk, forget about politics. Let's look at fact-based issues. If you are saying that the man is doing a lot of things and he will leave a legacy, what legacy? Are we talking about law or lawmaking? Are we talking about judiciary? Are we talking about agriculture? Are we talking about economy? Are we talking about aviation? So we have a lot that he is superintending, is overseeing as Mr. President. So we need to be putting facts and figures to whatever we say. If you have to put facts and figures to whatever we say, economy, is it doing fine? It's not doing fine. Why is it not doing fine? Are we getting there? Are we removing all those obstacles? Where I think he's doing what he's supposed to do, but a lot of cabals are on his way. If you want to use oil as an example, you see that even in our own NNPCL, in the last 30 years, they've not given us the sales of crude oil. They've not given us what they are producing, how much they are producing, and what they are earning, how much they are earning, and what they are supplying, how much of petrol they are supplying. So that tells you that Baba is not doing fine in terms of looking at the function of NNPCL vis-a-vis all other energy or oil and gas company and sector. So it's not doing fine. So we need to tell him, because our economy rests on oil production. We need to tell him to do better in that regard. Another one is that we still have a lot of mineral resources that are left untapped. Is he ready to do that? We have lithium. Our lithium in the whole world is the best. Is the most active lithium in the whole world. That's why if you want to sell Nigerian lithium, it's moving fast in the market. So because it's very active. Don't forget they use lithium to do our dry cell battery. Our phone will use it, our radio will use it, almost everything will use it, our car will use it. So it's very, very marketable in the market now. And Nigeria has the most active lithium. Is about doing anything in that regard? Maybe, or maybe not. So I think this is a time to take everything holistically, so that our economy, even if we are owing at this sector, another sector will repay the loan, will repay what we are owing, will repay the debt. So, but when you are doing one and you are leaving all other undone, then you are going back to square one. So we need to tell Baba Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that all those sectors must be improved upon. Let's try to harness all our resources so that we maximize them and for the benefit of me, you, and everybody. So that is why I'm saying that if Akpabio, our revert distinguished senator, is saying that fine, he should put to what is doing fine and what is not doing fine. So because if you are saying somebody is doing fine, you talk about advantages, then there must be disadvantages. So let's be knocking him. We can't just be praising him every time. Of course, I am one of the of Baba Tinubu because I know he's highly intelligent. But I am the first or one of the first to knock him if he's doing what is not good. So let's put it side by side. Doing badly, doing ugly, and doing good. So I think
But Senator Oloremi Tinubu mentioned that they are not magicians, and so we should give them time. So, but waiting till when is what people have issues with. But we just hope that the future will be bright at the end of the day.
Okay, let's go. The Nigerian Tribune gave us a very interesting story this morning, and the governor there, Makinde, has cancelled politics and leave from some of our religious leaders. We'll get into that story after this. You're welcome back. Morning flight to 90.5 FM OGDC. Our guest is still here, Razaq Ayinla. We're looking at the headlines in the national daily this morning. Nigerian Tribune story from the Pacesetter State. Oyo Governor Engineer Sheyi Makinde has cancelled his fellow political leaders on Nigeria's growth with reference to successes recorded by some religious leaders in their various ministries. He therefore advised political leaders who do not know what to do to learn from religious leaders. See the direction of this advice. What are the things to learn from religious leaders?
We still have a lot of them that are very pious, that are that are that are encyclopedia that we can learn from them. Whether Christians or Muslims, we have religious leaders that we respect them. And in Muslims, I have some religious leaders in Christianity that I love and I respect them. Whatever they say, they are saying they are being sent by God. They are really being sent by God, and they will give you what it is. Not that those are actually because of what they want to eat and telling you well of them. But I think we should be able to separate the grain from the shafts and respect those who are supposed to be respected. We still have a lot of them everywhere in Nigeria, every state in Nigeria, and of course we cannot name them, but we have them that you need. Whatever they say, I think you. So, but what is important is that you need to satisfy your conscience. You need to consider what the God says truly. Satisfy your conscience and ask yourself: Is my decision will it affect the humanity, or it will prosper, or it will develop the humanity? So that is what we should be asking ourselves. For you to take any decision, we need to ask ourselves. Forget about getting holistically the advice of men of God. Forget about getting that holistically, or you can get that. But what is important is that whatever they say is in tandem or affecting humanity negatively? So, and do you satisfy your conscience with your decision? These are what we need to be doing every day before we do or take any step. By so doing, we'll be led aright. So, if we follow our conscience, follow what the God says, and at the same time, what benefit will you serve, or will your decision serve or have on the generality of people? If that is done, you are home and dry. And
You can make your contributions. Let your opinions.
Okay, we have the first caller here. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good
Morning.
morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Man, thank
I
you.
hear
good
you,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Please can I ask a question now? All right. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
sir. Baba is trying to advise that he should do right thing, and all those that are surrounding him must be telling him the truth. So
That's
that,
always.
08034379453. Hello.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
that's it. Where you Randy? That is it.
own wish. So one of many pastors, they are not God created us, in His own image. But many of us today are facing God in our own image. And but what they want to say is that everybody should try to do well. According to you, and I agree with you, if they are conscious, you should be God conscious and know that they are serving the people and they are both accountable. They are both accountable for it before God. I have to run one from Shara.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Next one,
303-437-9453 and 0815-030226. The lines to call this morning. We've highlighted a couple of very interesting stories. We have a couple of them we still have to.
there's still one
look
here.
at.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
one here in the punch. Former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, has said that the country needs to do something urgently about the insecurity that has taken over some parts of the nation. Chief Obasanjo said that this Bolaji well on a working visit where he commissioned roads projects constructed by the administration of Governor Bala Mohammed. When the likes of Baba Obasanjo is calling attention to any national issue, does it need to pay closer attention? What do you think?
Like him or hate him, he's a Ebora and Ebora of Africa. Baba is somebody who loves Nigeria to be much better than what it is now. And that's a person who can sacrifice for Nigeria betterment. He has shown that severally, and he will continue. That when you look at him, people will think he's outdoing things. No, he will continue to criticize. He did the same thing for Buhari, Baba Buhari. He will continue to do that. He did the same thing for Jonathan, even Jonathan that people said he was doing fine. So criticism, it is the foundation of good democracy. Democracy thrives on criticism. If you have somebody who is saying everything is correct, all is correct, everything is doing is good, you need to check yourself. Even as a human being, you can't be doing everything correctly at every time. But you should have somebody who will be knocking you, who will be telling you what you are doing is not good. You can do this, you can do that. And that is one of Obasanjo's, one of those that are sent to Nigeria to tell us that, hey, we are misstepping. We need to retrace our step. Baba will continue to commend him. We will only pray for good life and sound health for him to still be around with us for some years, because we still need him. He's the man who has been the one criticizing and commending. Maybe you don't know. Obasanjo will commend you if you are doing fine, and he will criticize you and continue to knock you if you're not doing fine. So we still need somebody like him. You cannot be sycophants. You can't be telling them this is what they are doing is good, what they are doing is good, all that are correct. You need to check yourself. So Obasanjo kudos for him to have said that. And of course, he's talking about issue of security. Insecurity is rattling the whole north, and that's the reason you don't see them supplying. How much are they selling a basket of tomato? How much are they selling a basket of onion? How much are they selling a plastic of beans? These have been imported from neighboring country, and of course, those countries now they have said they should not sell for us again. Last time, Malian junta, military junta, was saying that they should not sell their produce to anybody again. So if, of course, there are three nations now. There are three nations: Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. They form Sahel, Alliance of Sahel States. So the three of them are working together now. And where we are importing majority of cow that we slaughter in Nigeria today is from Mali. and Niger. Where we are importing majority of the trailers of the beans that we bring to Nigeria today is in Mali, Niger. Where we are getting all those onions, pepper, vegetables is in Mali and Niger. Nigerians were being rattled by insecurity. They can't go farm. They don't go farm again. So we need that security. That's what my pastor is saying. Let's secure Nigeria more. He knew what he did. Though people they are condemning that, hey, Papa was too harsh on people, and he's doing that because he knew that Yoruba will say so now we are having more Omwales. So we need to really do a lot of things to prevent them. And insecurity is affecting all of us. Everywhere we are not secure again. So let Baba Tinubu and all the service chiefs ensure that we are secure in this country.
Also need more weapons, they need ammunition, and then there are some of these remote areas that define it.
Ammunition without tactical engagements, it's nothing. We need more of tactical engagements. We need more of what we call non-kinetic way of addressing insecurity. So this is very important for us, because enough of shooting at the here, because we are only shooting blank. We are shooting at the air. So we need to really engage. Let's do tactical engagement. Let's do non-kinetic warfare. So this is very important for us to secure the country, because I myself and everybody, we are not secure.
Okay, now there is a story in the Punch newspaper today, which I know many Nigerians would want further clarification. They want to know why, Nigerians are for our electricity to neighboring countries, Togo and Benin, amid ongoing discussions in the country following a recent power grid collapse. This is Brazil stated this during an interview on why can't Nigeria have 24-hour supply?
Ablasis knows what he's talking about. It's a pity he's not saying the truth. We would give neighboring countries electricity because we don't have carrying capacity that was distributed. We have increased production in terms of generation. Look around shackled transformers that we have. Look at all those poles and cables on them. Look at how. So if you just put what we are producing them, they will collapse and collapsing. I have given analysis that in Nigeria, with the capacity our forefathers did when we have ECN was 5,000 megawatts. That was what they did in the 50s and 60s. Today, we have increased generation to more than 11,000 megawatts. So if you now put 11,000 or 5,000, it will collapse, and that's the reason they've not found solution to that. The grid collapse. It will continue to be collapsing because the carrying capacity. That's why I said, as an engineer, it should know better. The carrying capacity of what we generate is not there. So it's as if you want to put a trailer on a taxi. It will collapse. So that's just it. So we need to really work on transmission line, so that we can supply what we are generating. In the meantime, the power cannot waste, so they need to sell it to neighboring country that need it, that have carrying capacity, so that they can enjoy it. But in Nigeria, if you just put everything on the weak source distribution transmission line, it will collapse and it will continue, except we upgrade that. That's the truth.
Infrastructure concerns there. Okay. 0803 437 9453 0832 0226. I'd like to call to the part of the program this morning. You have something there?
Yes. Explosion that rises to.
Okay, Bolaji, let's take this call, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Am I through to GBC?
You're on OGBC.
Yeah, good morning to everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Well, can I make comment about the Senate President's comment that Nigeria should expect future gains as regards the economic policy of the present federal government?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm there to make comment.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, what I just want to say is that people are tired of so many governments telling us to be futuristic in attitude, almost expecting the gain. What Nigerians thought Bolaji would do was to actually provide some support. We cannot continue to suffer and suffer. People will be telling us, go and wait. Gains are in future. We started with when he started SAP.
Yes, sir. Yes, program, yes. Yes.
Continue to tell us this story. Please, we need to appeal to the federal government. Nigeria needs support. We need the gains now. Future is no longer existent in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Definitely. And something that you're going to eat before you can be spread. So that you can wait for that future. So I think they need to do something.
All right, the numbers again 003 437 9453. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for calling. 303 437 9453 0815 032 0226. Before, okay, let's pick this call. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
I want to talk about what when the God was president of this country, I remember there was a issue that want to delay his program. He really got cracked down. Why not our own president consult Baba and seek advice from him on this matter of
Hello, we can hear you, sir.
on this matter of security. So that if he did seek advice from him, maybe he can like them or give you what you are going to do so that you would that they are not going
To get the result.
There was a letter that was carried maybe 2 or 3 days ago. They say about lamination is so slow. But it's
It's a serious case.
I think you are getting me.
Yeah, we can understand you, sir. We know what we're talking about.
They say our admission.
Yes.
Don't give us it.
Yes.
Yes.
Go
If
running.
you're looking for this country, that is number one. Number two, talking about family.
I need to round off now. We're out of time.
We are out of time.
Our time is
I know what Baba is trying to say about that. Some people that are actually engaging in gun running, even those that are within the military and are selling our ammunitions and all that. So I think we need to look at that so that we forestall such thing in the future.
A big thank you to everyone who called in this morning. All the listeners that we appreciate you for being part of this morning's
Questions over there.
I want to appreciate the editors, Chris Obo, Akim Sulaiman at the RCT, Falaka Shreton, Daniel Okichuko, the Chigo Managers, and Samuel on it's been a Yemisi. Have a beautiful Monday.
Razaq, Ayinla, thank you for always.
It's always a pleasure to be
coming.
Thank you.
I'm Debo. Adeyinka. Have a nice day.